Jesus and the eyewitnesses identify Jesus as a prophet. We read in Mark chapter 6 verse 4, Jesus identifies himself as a prophet. Jesus says a prophet is rejected in his hometown without honor. In Mark chapter 6 verse 4. So the earliest gospel, Mark, identifies Jesus as a prophet. Jesus further in the gospel of Matthew and Luke identifies himself as a prophet only. In Luke chapter 19 verse 24 and Matthew chapter 13 verse 57, Jesus himself said he's a prophet. What about the eyewitnesses and what about the disciples? We read in Acts chapter 2 verse 22, Peter said that Jesus is a man. The Greek word is anthropos, which means normal human man. Like I'm a man, like a normal human being man. Same thing with Jesus. Jesus was a normal human man. The believers of Jesus said that he's a prophet only in Matthew chapter 21 verses 10 to 11. So the believers or the eyewitnesses said that Jesus is a prophet, which confirms what the Quran says, that Jesus is a prophet only, etc. The eyewitnesses in the Gospel of John identify Jesus as a prophet. If we read John chapter 4 verse 19, the woman who Jesus helped identifies Jesus as a prophet. Or the woman that Jesus talks to identifies him as a prophet. She says, "Sir," the woman said, "I see that you are a prophet." So the woman identifies Jesus as a prophet. Now, if Jesus was the Son of God or God, Jesus would have rebuked the woman and said, "No, I am not a prophet. I'm not only a prophet. I'm the Son of God, and I am the second part of the Trinity, the Holy Son of the Holy Trinity." But he doesn't say that. Jesus accepts that he's a prophet only when the woman calls him a prophet in John chapter 4 verse 19. Further, we read in John chapter 9 verse 17, when Jesus healed the blind man, the man identifies Jesus as a prophet only. In John chapter 9 verse 17, the man said Jesus is a prophet. So Jesus is identified as a prophet according to the eyewitnesses and according to Jesus himself. And according to Jesus' disciples, because if we read the ending of the Gospel of Luke, Luke 24 identifies Jesus as a prophet only. Because if we read the Gospel of Luke chapter 24, at the resurrection scene, the disciples themselves identify him as a prophet. So Jesus is identified as a prophet according to himself, the eyewitnesses, and the disciples. So Jesus is a prophet.